So we're back again with another episode of the top Android apps. This is the September edition, and I have another 10 pretty phenomenal apps that I think you'll get a kick out of downloading and trying out on your own devices. So get those phones ready, sit back, and let's do this. So in an era where online security is as important as ever, having an all-in-one password manager like LastPass is pretty much essential, and a big shout out to the team at LastPass as they were nice enough to reach out and sponsor today's episode. So in short, once you install the application and sign up, you can then begin to enter all of your login and account details into the LastPass app, which will then be available as an autofill option when you are next asked to enter this information. It works for a wide range of services, whether that be general online forms, social media logins, or even credit card information forms. And so rather than you having to remember and manually input your passwords and information into all of these pesky forms, all you have to do is remember one master password, which is what you use to log into LastPass, and then the app will automatically enter the data in for you anytime you need it. To make life even easier, you can actually set your master password up to be your fingerprint, which is not only more secure, but also way quicker and more efficient as well. What's great is that the app isn't just limited to your phone either, and so you can then log into LastPass on your Mac or PC or any other device for that matter, and all of the information will be synced across each of the devices, making life super simple and frustration-free. Aside from that, LastPass also features a whole range of other useful features as well, such as the ability to take and store private notes. It also includes a data manager, a password generator, plus the ability to give emergency access to a trusted friend or family member in case of an emergency. On top of all of this, the application is itself very secure. It never has the key to your encrypted data, so your information remains safe and secured with bank-level encryption. I cannot stress how necessary an application like this is to have on your smartphone device, so make sure you check out the link down in the description below to download it today. If your device is yet to be updated to Android 9.0 Pie like 95% of the Android users out there, yet you want to get in on the fun of experiencing some of the new features, then PowerShade is probably your first stop in achieving this. So this app basically replaces your phone's stock notification shade panel and not only transforms it so that it resembles the one found on Android 9.0 Pie, but it also then gives you the ability to customize pretty much every single aspect that you can see. So you can change the accent colors, set whether the brightness slider will appear at the top or at the bottom, use the new Google Sans font, and even colorize each of the notifications based on their application's base color. Not only that, but the shade itself is a very accurate representation of the notification panel found on the 9.0 software update, and it has very smooth performance that makes using it a genuine pleasure. It doesn't yet have notch support, so you may reconsider using it if your phone has a notch, but for everyone else, this app is definitely one to add into the arsenal for future use. So clean and simple, 2 words I use to describe a lot of the apps I recommend on my channel, and if you're looking for a wallpaper application that fits that description to a T, then RESPLASH is well worth looking into. So as the name would suggest, RESPLASH is an unsplash wallpaper client, which means you know you're guaranteed not only a massive range of photos to look at and use as your wallpaper, but you also know they're going to be super high quality as well. It's really hard not to find a wallpaper that looks amazing and that will work as the backdrop for just about any home screen setup using this app, but perhaps even more than that, the actual application itself is super well designed with a minimal yet really intuitive user interface. So you have 3 main pages to help organize things: a page of new wallpapers, a page dedicated to featured wallpapers, and finally the collection section, which categorizes each of the backdrops into a range of descriptive folders. You can also set up an account so that you can favorite wallpapers, but if you're looking to expand your wallpaper app collection, then RESPLASH is definitely one to download and check out. So you might remember at the start of the year I featured the LAWNCHAIR launcher as an application to check out and download, and they've now got a version 2 of their launcher currently in alpha release testing, which is available to download as an APK, which I have of course linked below. Even though the app is technically in alpha, it is 100% usable as a daily driver launcher, and just like version 1, this launcher bases itself off of the Pixel launcher, but with a massive list of customization features added in so that you can make the launcher look and feel pretty much exactly how you want it to. So you've got the ability to customize the icon pack as well as individual icon theming. You can also manually set the theme to light, dark, or automatic. You can change the home screen grid size and how the app icons will be scaled. You can even adjust what the dock looks like and how it behaves, including removing the search bar altogether or adding in a second row of app icons if that's something you're interested in. As well as that, you can also customize the look and functionality of the app drawer, set up a range of custom gestures to streamline how you use the launcher, as well as save any desktop layouts as a backup for future use. It is such a feature-packed launcher that this genuinely could become the king of the launchers once it's officially released, so definitely get onto it sooner rather than later. So I normally don't pay for icon packs, and I certainly don't normally use an icon pack in which all of the app icons are shaped differently, and yet for some reason I keep finding myself loving the Quantum Dots icon pack. So firstly, despite each of the icons being slightly different in shape, they do all revolve around a circular design, which means despite the differences, they work really well in providing unity and uniformity within a setup, which I obviously love. The color palette is one of vibrance and saturation, and what this results in is a very modern yet unique take on the stock Pixel phone application icons. Aside from that, the application features over 1,000 custom designed icons, so a good level of coverage, although not as thorough as some recent icon packs I've used. But either way, this is a phenomenal looking icon pack that will look great in just about any different home screen setup. So the YouTube app has been slowly on an upward trajectory for the past few months, improving bit by bit with each new update. And yet YouTube VANCED is an alternate version of the app that feels like it's already at the finish line in so many different areas. So given the context of the application, it is only available for download via the VANCED website, which will of course be linked below, but along with the APK file, you will also need to download what's called Micro G, which will enable you to log into your user account. But once you've downloaded and installed the app, then you get to enjoy all of the new features that come packed into this third-party application. The app features an inbuilt ad blocker, as well as background playback, meaning you can lock your device and the audio from your selected video will continue playing. You also gain the ability to override the maximum video resolution, as well as reintroducing the pinch to zoom feature, which isn't available on all devices. There's also a free picture-in-picture mode, which will keep your video playing even as you browse other apps on your phone. Plus, there's so many other features that you'll just have to experiment and have fun with. It really is a feature-packed application, so definitely check this one out down below. If you're looking for a clean and simple yet visually appealing weather app to add into your application arsenal for a rainy day, then OVERDROP may just be the application you are looking for. So not only is the app itself well designed and a pleasure to use just to simply keep updated with changes in the weather around you, but possibly the even more impressive feature that I think makes this app stand out is the wide range of high quality inbuilt weather widgets that you can utilize anywhere on your home screen setup. So with the free version of the app, you get access to 18 super visually appealing Android P inspired weather widgets that will look stunning in just about any setup you use them in, but upgrading to the Pro version unlocks all of the widgets as well as a few other customization features as well. But beyond the widgets, like I said, the application is just really well designed and makes checking the weather an aesthetic treat, so definitely check this one out. So in a day and age where everyone streams pretty much all of their music through one subscription service or another, it's pretty rare to stumble upon a music player app that will put up a fight. But MUSICANA seems to be quite the competitor and might well be worth checking out. So in and of itself, the app works well as a standard music player application in that you can play all of your locally stored audio files within a fresh and modern design. It's got some slick animations to go with as well. And if that's all you want to use this app for, then it does that job very well. But then to take things a stage further, the app also features an online music player, which means you can stream and listen to songs from a massive range of streaming services, all 100% free. If that wasn't enough, MUSICANA also includes additional features such as a lyric finder, as well as a song identifier and a fairly advanced equalizer as well. So this app really has pretty much all the bells and whistles, and I can't think of a reason why you shouldn't check this app out. For some reason, whenever you share something on an Android device, the native shared dialog pop-up has always been somewhat clunky, and so Shared Doctor, or at least I think that's how it's pronounced, is designed to improve this functionality whilst also adding in some extra features to boot. So after installing the app and activating it, it will actually replace the native Android share menu, and instead will present you with a cleaner, simpler, and overall much easier to use share dialog. It pops up instantly, unlike the default Android menu, and all of the native share options are available in this really easy to use vertical scrolling interface. You can then manually hide any share option to clean up the interface even more so and limit it to just the apps you know you might use. And you can also pin certain applications to the top so your most frequently used apps are available as soon as it launches. There's also an inbuilt URL shortener, which is very nice, but aside from that, it's a very simple yet super functional application that I think I'll definitely be keeping around going forward. And finally today we have the long-awaited follow-up to one of my favorite Android games of all time in ALTO'S ODYSSEY. So if you remember the original game, ALTO'S Adventure, then you'll no doubt find this sequel very familiar, but in all the best ways possible. We're now set in the desert, which means we're sandboarding and not snowboarding, although they obviously look and feel very much the same. But the new setting brings for a range of new obstacles and objects to perform tricks with, including grinding on vines, bouncing on hot air balloons, riding rock walls, and hightailing it away from the lemurs chasing you down. It's a super easy game to get the hang of, but can take time to master, which is the perfect combination in my opinion. And if you've never experienced either this one or the previous, then you'll definitely want to try it out. But aside from that, that is it for today's episode. Don't forget to check out the links down in the notes below to download all of the apps mentioned throughout the video, and let me know which of the apps in today's list you'll be trying out on your own device. Just a reminder, and again, a big thank you to LastPass for sponsoring today's video. If you're interested in supporting my channel, then downloading that app and checking it out would be a great way to do so. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. That is always very much appreciated. And if you found yourself coming back to these videos each and every month but aren't yet subscribed, then perhaps it might be time to jump on board. But aside from that, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you later.